Hey guys, I'm just checking in with you today. I need to make a run. I need to do an errand. And so I am gonna do that right quick. I'm watching for traffic, guys. Got my hair up. I don't know. I used to be able to do a really nice bun. I mean, not really bun, but up. Doing my hair kind of puff, but for some reason the back of my hair, the curls are so tight, so when I try to put my hair up like that in a bun, that not a bun, I keep saying bun, but you know what I'm saying, up in more of a puff closer to the center of my head, the back is falling down, so I haven't been able to do that. And my hair is quite frizzy because I wasn't able to completely finish drying my hair, and so I just air dried it. But I've learned now that I have to do a diffuser in order to dry my curls, because if I don't, it frizzes. So yeah, lesson learned. But I wanted to try the air drying. I mean, I had seen so many naturals talk about air drying their hair, and so I wanted to try for myself. I did, and it was a fail. So yeah, that's that. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. I don't want earbud to dry my hair anyway. All right, guys. So today I woke up today, and the weatherman had said that it was going to be 20 degrees cooler than it was yesterday. So sure enough, it is 20 degrees cooler. Yesterday it was like in the 90s, or yeah, sorry, 80s and high 80s, and so today it is 60 something degrees. So yeah, we dropped 20, about 20 degrees. So, and it feels good. It's very pleasant. I got the window down. It's feels pretty, pretty good, pretty pleasant. So yeah, so I'm cool with that. I am cool with that. Seasons change. I was thinking about last night how how we adapt to change, and is it, are we able to adapt to change? Am I ready for the fall? Am I ready for the winter? I'm not ready for the winter. I am ready to see my son. He always comes home in December, on his Christmas break, so winter break. So I'm ready for that. But I'm not ready for the other stuff. Oh, my skin is looking great, girl. But I'm not ready for the other stuff. I'm not ready for the cold weather. I don't want to pull out any coats or sweaters. I don't want to go through any old clothes and pull out my buckets with all my winter clothes and all that. I don't want to do that. I don't want summer to go away. Does anybody else feel like that? Like, dang. Man, I just got used to summer. I just lost enough weight to get in the clothes I'm wearing now. No, I still need to lose more weight, don't lie. But anyway, so I ain't ready. Are y'all ready? I am not ready. I'm not ready for fall. I'm not ready for spring. I think I got the most simplistic little tablescape up because I'm not ready. And I'm not ready for pumpkins. I went in Home Goods. Was it Home Goods or the at-home store? One of those stores with my husband, and he was looking for a bucket. He was looking for something, just pricing something, trying to see if it would fit. And because we're missing the centerpiece, the bucket part for a wheelbarrow and barrel, and he wants to make a planter. And so yeah. So I was, he was pricing that, trying to see what he could find. And in the store, and they already had Christmas stuff out. I almost forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, they had Christmas stuff out, and so he was like, "When do you even put Christmas stuff out? Like, he was like, when do you even put Halloween stuff out?" I was like, "Well, you can put Halloween stuff out now, but as far as like Christmas stuff, yeah, I mean, it's a little, can you not let me go? I mean, it's a little soon to be doing that." So for me anyway, I mean, just for me, it's a little soon to be putting out. I mean, I would put out Halloween stuff. It is October, but it's like then people just skip over November and harvest, and to me, November is for me. Now everybody has their favorites, and Christmas used to be really my favorite, but for me, and it's always been this way, I think, for a long time, that Thanksgiving is so important to me because my grandmother was born around Thanksgiving, and of course my grandmother raised me, and I understand how important gratitude is to the success of your life, and how important it is to just be grateful and to experience and practice gratitude each and every day of your life. And so, yeah. And so I hate that I hate that people just skip over Thanksgiving like that. Let's mourn Thanksgiving. Because right now it's Black Friday. And everybody's doing Black Friday so they can get ready for Christmas. So it's like you really just don't enjoy, you scarf that turkey down so you can go on and get out there for Black Friday and get ready for Christmas. Ode to Thanksgiving. Alright guys, I gotta run in here. I gotta run in the bank. I need to make a deposit. So I'm running here and do my business. Let it do what it do, girls and guys. Hi guys, I am back. We're talking about change and how change affects our lives. Change is something else. I'm not ready for the seasons. I am not ready for the seasons to change. I was not ready for my kids to grow up and leave the house. Well, I thought I was at the time for them to go to college, but now I'm like, bring my babies back. I was not ready for my daughter to have her own apartment. Although now I'm kind of like, I'm glad you do, but I wish she was a little bitty baby again, and I could pick out all of her clothes and all of the baby clothes, and I could just protect her all of the time and fix her hair. And my son, yeah, I could not have him so far away at college, and he'd be home all of the time. So yeah, change. I'm not ready for change. I had to run to the store, so I'm gonna have to change for just a second and I'll be back. All right, we were having this fascinating discussion about change, right? I know. So I'm not ready. Have you guys started pulling out? You were just chatting today. Have you guys started already pulling out your stuff for fall? I haven't started doing anything. I'm just not ready for it. I'm just not ready for it. And I feel like this year has just gone by so quickly. Like, I feel like, man, it just has just sped by just so quickly, and I'm just trying to really catch up. So yeah, and I can't quite catch up, but I know there's some things I need to do. It's already October. It's already Vlogtober, YouTuber. So I'm trying to vlog and trying to do that. But yeah, there's a lot going on. So yeah, I wasn't quite ready for all of the changes. I didn't realize what it you're in celebration when you're an empty, becoming an empty nester. You're like, woo, yay, I get to do this, and I'm going to do this, and I got all this freedom, and I got the whole house to myself. And then once it really happens, you really don't realize just how empty, the house is, and what it's like being an empty nester. And for the most part, I've had a very peaceful and very positive experience as an empty nester with my husband. You get to do a lot of things together, enjoy each other, get to know each other, reconnect. All those things are good. But when you've been doing something a certain way for like 20 years, 18 years, your kids are with you, and then you have to change. Sometimes that can be kind of difficult. It can be different. I mean, it's definitely a change. And so it's just something I had to get used to. Not anything that I'm, it's just, I don't know. It just takes a bit of getting used to. It's something that's different. And so I know a lot of times we don't talk about it. Empty nesters, it's almost like it's very similar to postpartum, because something has been in your body when you're, pregnant, carrying your baby, and something has been in your body for so long, and then once you birth the baby, you go through this postpartum. It's almost like the baby chick, the mama with the baby chickens, and they kick them out of the nest. But at the same time, you do kind of wonder how the mom feels. She's got to do it. You got to do it. The kids have to leave the nest. You know that, right? We know that. I know that. I'm saying it to myself. But it doesn't make it feel good. It doesn't make it feel better just because it has to happen. We all know it has to happen. But, even still, although it has to happen, it's got to be done. The kids have to grow. They have to learn. And all that, we understand all that. They have to go out on their own, live their own lives, find their own way, go to college or go to a trade school or get a job, whatever it is they want to do in life. And I'm also not opposed to kids living at home if that's what is best for your family. I think we shouldn't really just push ourselves into a standard where kids have to move out. They have to be on their own. They have to get their own house, their own apartment. I just think you have to each individual person has to do what's right for them. You have to do what's right for your family, because I think that sometimes we really get into this thing where society sort of pushes a particular way of life, and we fall prey to that, right? Pushes a certain way of life because they've got apartments they got to fill, and they've got things they've got to do, and realize that their promotion of a certain lifestyle in society is their promotion of it, because they rely on it for the economy. They rely on certain things happening. They rely on kids coming out of school, a group of kids coming out of school throughout the U.S. at 18, going into college, getting apartments 21. They rely on those things to happen. So when people start staying at home, millennials start changing this whole process, which is, a lot of millennials are less traditional in a lot of ways, and some millennials are choosing are becoming really smart with their money and are choosing to do something different. And so that's okay. I said all of that, to say that that's okay, to give people the freedom, because I know we do a lot of shaming. Like if he's 35 and he's still at home with his mama, I mean, that's okay. I mean, I think we just need to not put our rationale and our pressure and responsibility off on other people, our thoughts and our mindsets, our ideas off on other people, and just allow people to live and to make choices for themselves without shame, without saying, you got to be this, you got to do this, you got to live a certain way, you got to be married by this age, you got to have kids by this age, you got to be moved out on your own. I always, look at other cultures, and definitely I admire other cultures, because a lot of times they can, other cultures maintain their own cultural identities, and they don't mind families living in a compound, sort of compounding together in one space that's room enough for everyone, certainly, but where they're not stressed and worried. They're not having the same pressure of get out by 18, married by 22, or whatever. They're not in these same sort of things that, you gotta have a boyfriend at 22 so you can get married at 24, so you can, you gotta go to college so you can, they're not into those. And they have, every culture obviously has stresses of their own, and every country and society has stresses of their own. So, not to say that no one has stresses, or no one has strains, except for us, or those of us living in North America, because that just wouldn't be true. All cultures have it, but I just think that it's okay for you to have a different way of life, and for people to make their own choices about what's best for them, about what's best for their family. It may not be best for you to, we have to make the choices and the changes as we want to do so, and it may not be best for us to do the same things that everybody else has done, or we're seeing everybody else do. Having said that, talking about change and empty nesting and nesting and all of those things, I don't know if those of you who are empty nesters, what I'd love to hear what your experience has been like for you. What has your experience been like being an empty nester? Or you got, did you change the locks when your kids moved out so they can't come back home? Did you do like I did, which is to turn the room into something else? So it's not so easy for them to come back. What'd you do? And I didn't necessarily change the room so it wasn't so easy for them to come back, as much as I changed a room because I just needed a beauty room area for some of the work that I was doing. So for my YouTube, I needed a place to film my YouTube and stuff, so that was what I was doing. And I needed to be able to close the door and all of that, and I needed a little bit more closet space. Am I giving all my reasons? Have your kids, my daughter is considering coming back home. We're not really sure if she will or not, but how many of you have you had kids and they've come back home? How did that work for you? I'm getting all this advice from you guys. Was it a big adjustment? Did you have to switch things around? How'd that work for you? Because we downsized when the kids moved out. Now I kind of wish that we hadn't. I wish we had kept our space, but we were really thinking, woohoo, we're free. But we just downsized to a 3-bedroom from 5 bedrooms, and 5 bedrooms with a bonus. So the bonus room, the kids no longer really wanted the playroom anymore. And there was an extra room. I have 2 kids. We have 2 kids, so they had their bedrooms, and then there was an extra room upstairs, like for the library and stuff for the kids, which was worked out better for them. And so it's kind of sitting area. And so when the kids had company and stuff, they had that area that they could use for to bring their company in that room. But I could also go in my office and use that room too, because it was bigger and had a couch, whatever. But both sitting rooms areas had a couch. But that way, if Evan had company or he was doing something, he could be in there. So it just depends. Just depends on what was going on. So, and he really used that room too to do a lot after our daughter went to college and he was still in high school, he would use that room, put a little desk in there, and he would use that room a lot for his homework. So sometimes Allie would just take people into my office. Yeah. And so, but I miss the space now. At the time, I was like, oh, darn, I don't want to do all this cleaning. I don't have to do all this stuff. But now, you know, that we've downsized, I miss the space. I do. Because I don't think I would have to clean as much, because nobody would be up there. Once you clean it, you just have to go in and just, you know, kind of spruce it up a little bit before the kids, you know, before anybody comes home to stay. So it wouldn't be like I would be in there every day having to clean. So I do miss that. And I miss just the noise in the house. Sometimes it gets really, really quiet unless the TV's on. So I miss having the kids there. Allie and I used to do a lot, you know, girl stuff. So now, even when my son comes home, he didn't want to do all that girly stuff with me. So he hangs out with dad, and they're watching football and doing all that football stuff. So that's the only part. I miss her being in the house more. I do. I miss her not being in the house as much. Although, you know, we still hang out a lot and do stuff together. But, you know, I don't know. I just kind of miss that. Anybody else have daughters, and then once they moved out, you kind of missed them. Kind of missed them a little bit. Yeah, that's kind of my thing. And so it's just adjusting to change. And I don't know if I've ever talked about the empty nester syndrome on my channel before, and adjusting to change, how that works or doesn't work. But it's something else. It's more than a notion. So one thing that I've done, and I'd like to hear your tips, what you guys have been, you know, any tips that you have for this. But one of the things I've been doing, of course, I started YouTube, so that gives me something to do. It gives me something to do and something to focus on and something to put my mind on, so that I'm not you know, just obsessed or worried all of the time about the kids, what they're doing, how they're doing, what's going on with them. I can stay out of their business because I have my own business to take care of. So I know I didn't want to have the busy mommy syndrome. No, I didn't want to do that. So I have activities and things and friends, and YouTube takes up. When I got into YouTube, I didn't realize YouTube takes up a lot of time and a lot of energy and a lot of space. And so it's like having a second child. You got to grow it, you got to nurture it. I mean, it's a business for sure. And so it does take up a lot of my time, which I'm glad. I'm glad to have some time to spend with everybody, with you guys, my new friends, my new family, to spend with you, and just to you know, put myself out there and put out great content. And I'm learning more about myself every time I do it. But it's the video schedule, the taping schedule, the editing schedule, which, you know, that's why sometimes I'll put up those 10-minute videos, because, you know, I don't want to have to, man, the editing, it takes up a lot of time. But I can put up those 10-minute videos and go, you know, and just throw some tags on it, throw a title on it, and go. But it's really great content, but go. And I was doing it too for IGTV, but I think IGTV really needs to expand my time. I hate that they're limiting me on IGTV to just the 10 minutes. I'm right now, because I'm a small Instagrammer, I have about the same amount of followers on Instagram, maybe a little bit more on Instagram, 15 or 1600 on Instagram, somewhere in there. And then, of course, the 1500 on YouTube. And so that's my numbers right now. And my numbers really are growing, because I really am. I'm not, my views are pretty interesting right now. When I was doing thrifting, I had, you know, way more views, and I was doing hauling and all that stuff. but now I'm switching content. So I've just got to find my audience. So you guys be sure to share the video, help me out as I'm shifting, my audience too. So I got to have, let people find me, the people who are really doing, ready to hear and need to hear, want to hear these positive messages that I put out on a regular basis, because I just can't keep up with the shopping. I get bored with shopping. I really do. I get bored shopping. I get bored talking to people. I get bored. So that's the thing. I don't get bored talking to people. What am I saying? Lord mercy. I get bored shopping. I can't do shop all the time like that. Like I'll shop for like a season, and then you won't see me at the store anymore unless I have to run out to do grocery shopping or Walmart. So, but like the Hall and At Home store, Home Goods, like just constantly every week, like people do, constantly every week, 2 or 3 times a week. I'm not that person. I've never been that person. I just can't. I'll go in and shop and buy stuff, 50 things at one time, and then you won't see me at the store anymore. Like and I might do that for like a month or a couple of weeks in a row, back to back, and you won't see me anymore. And it's not, I just don't like shopping like that. I like to shop. Don't get me wrong, because I'm a girl now. I like to shop, but I really enjoy talking much more. So yeah. So, and no shade to anybody who likes to shop, and you can shop 2 or 3. Girl, buy me something while you out. That's all I'm saying. buy your girl something while because y'all know I can't shop like that all the time. So give me something while you're out and send it to me, so I can have it. Cause y'all catch the deals and catch the sales, and I'll be sitting at home missing the deals, missing the sales, feeling so bad. But cause I didn't go when I'm not out with y'all. So I'm an introvert. You know how that goes. So yeah. So buy your girl something while y'all out. That's all I'm saying. All right, guys. I am going to get off of here. I hope that this season of change, as the fall leaves begin to change, and with the seasons change from one season to the next, from summer to fall and fall to winter, that you are blessed in every way. And no matter what season of life you're in, whether you're an empty nester, whether you're new and a new mommy, whether you're a new grandmother, or you're just getting married and just started out, or you're an you've been an empty nester and single for a while, and now you're getting married. If you've been like me, you've been married since Moses set down the 10 Commandments or longer. Celebrate you. Really celebrate you. So, I'm just grateful for all of the seasons of life that we're in. And, yeah, and I'm just grateful for this season of life that I'm in right now, and for all of the gifts and talents that I have. And I'm grateful for you and for all of the talents and gifts that you guys bring to my life in the comments and in the discussions. They get pretty lively and fun, and so I'm just grateful for you. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. Be sure to subscribe and like the video, and I will see you guys really, really soon. I'm getting hot sitting in the sun, so I'm gonna go in and get something to drink, and I'll see you guys really, really soon. Bye, guys. Love you.